After the dismissal of the last general manager and weeks of controversy and speculation, the Toronto Maple Leafs have named the newest member of their leadership team. Former Calgary Flames GM Brad Treliving is stepping in as the replacement for Kyle Dubas.
There's a special feeling when you come in here as a visitor, when you come in here scouting, when you come in here as when you were young as a fan. It's the Leafs. It means something. And so to me, I sit in front of you today excited, humbled, looking at this as a great opportunity, but also know this is a great responsibility. There's a responsibility to the fans, the people that follow this team, the people that work here, but our players. You know, to me, that's where we want to get to. I've got a responsibility to that group here to help them get to the level that we're trying to attain to.
Matt Cullen of CBC Sports was listening in. Matt, great to see you in person.
Yes.
Did that excite fans? Like, I found like he was pretty enthusiastic there.
Well, he is enthusiastic, but he also knows it's a big job ahead. He comes from Calgary, of course, another Canadian market, lots of pressure, but he did say that in his opening remarks. It's the Leafs. It's a big deal. It's a team that has not won a playoff series, well, has won one playoff series now in the last 19 years, but no Stanley Cup since 1967. So he has some big shoes to fill. And one of the first things he addressed is what many Maple Leafs fans call the core four. And it starts with Austin Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares in there as well, and Mitch Marner. Particularly Austin Matthews and William Nylander going into their final years now of their contract. A lot of Leafs fans want to keep the core four together. Great seasons, great goal scoring, but a lot of money, and in a salary cap era, that can present some problems. So he has a massive task ahead, but Brad Treliving decided not to refer to it in that way. Let's take a listen here.
This can't be about the core four. This is about the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's not about four players, not about two, it's not about one. It's about the 23 guys that we're going to have in this organization. So I understand the spotlight's bigger here. It's about the group, and for a manager coming in, I'm pretty lucky to have the talent that those four represent, as well as everybody else on this team.
9 seasons in Calgary, Hannah, 5 of which the Calgary Flames made the playoffs, but they did not make it out of the playoffs, the second round of the playoffs at all. So that's something that Maple Leafs fans, of course, hope will change as we move into this new era, the 18th general manager in franchise history.
18th? Okay, that's a lot. We also, on the same day, heard some news out of Pittsburgh. I don't want to give too much away about Kyle Dubas.
Well, the former Maple Leafs general manager, well, he's got a new job now, and it's not a general manager. It's the president of hockey operations of one of the Maple Leafs Eastern Conference rivals. That is the Pittsburgh Penguins. And he said during his last conference with the Maple Leafs, that he didn't expect to resurface in the next week or two, focus on family, but he was dismissed on May the 19th. Here he is, 1st of June, and he already has a new role. So he addressed that about why this new opportunity came up and why he took it.
Last week, they did an incredible job with my wife Shannon and our 2 kids, Leo and Lennon, showing us around the city, making us feel comfortable in the city, enough to the point where on early this week, we made the decision that this was going to be the right move for us in the long term to make home and grow our family. Every single thing that I've heard about the city of Pittsburgh and the people in Pittsburgh has been proven very true.
Went on to say as well that the day after he learned that he would not be renewed by the Maple Leafs, he wanted to take some time, but when he received the phone call from the Penguins, it was his wife Shannon said, well, listen, we'd like to move anyway. The kids are young. Maybe we do it now. So he said he didn't come in with that intention with an initial meeting, but one thing led to another, and now it's Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang, and all those big stars in Pittsburgh who just missed the playoffs for the first time since 2006. So work to be done there as well.